Oh no.
Sin City was a movie.
Big Mom. Yikes. The ass whooping she received was devastating. And you know, this fight really got me thinking, why the hell didn't Big Mom ask Katakuri to teach her future sight? Like, I can't even argue that she didn't know about it cause like her son was literally known for it. I mean, is it just me? Cause I think it would have helped her out a ton. Maybe she could have foresaw this devastating jumping she's about to receive and call it quits, cause for someone that's so cocky, and I meant that literally since she does have like 85 kids and this is embarrassing. So you know how some old heads be like, man, this generation ain't like how it used to be back in my heyday, head ass, and starts gassing up their generation like it was the hardest era to have ever come, and swear up and down the new generation can't hang. Like, I know most of us been in that one situation where we had a little beef with someone much older than us, whether it's for pranking, joking around, being lazy during work hours while they slave away, or whatever may be the case, and they swear they can kick your ass but they don't know you really like that for real until you show them your pronoun is him. Taiji. Yeah, that was pretty much this fight. You have the two goats, Kid-in-Law versus the Karen of One Piece, Big Mom. And as a viewer watching this fight, all I can think about is how Big Mom feeling on the inside after getting her big ass tossed by New Gen pirates. Big Mom is the real definition of inconceivable. Just look at her face, it says it all. Like, imagine gassing yourself up as well as the era you grew up in, on top of that looking down on the new era and losing to said era. Now look at you, you look stupid. Goofy!
That's tough! That's tough! My guy?
Now before we move on to some hate, that is this fight, I have just a few things to talk about. Alright, so my current goal is 1K, and just a little over a month ago I was sitting at 6 subscribers. Dropped some One Piece hate, pushed me up to nearly 300 subs. And up to my most recent video, we're drawing near the first goal to our breakthrough. And I can't thank y'all enough. Now once we up 100K, Taishi, I plan on expanding for the audience that are fans of Western action cartoons such as Ben 10, Avatar The Last Airbender, Teen Titans, which are my top 3 by the way, anything DC and Marvel related, whether it's movies, animated cartoon, hell even video game trailers, and anything else you guys can think of. Just be sure to drop some hate in the comments and I'll hop in the lab. But I'll be making a completely separate channel just for that, while posting anime videos on this channel. That way I can kinda experiment on the fan bases for each side. Which begs the question, which has the better fan base? The Japanese anime community or the Western cartoon community? Now I know y'all been going crazy on that subscribe button lately. I'ma have to upgrade the ship soon cause it's getting kinda packed. But to reach that 100K, we gotta break through the milestone of 1K and work our way up. So I'm calling up the members of the crew to smash that like button for your boy and hit that notification bell. We moving. And if you're watching and wanna be a part of the crew, then hit that subscribe button, lil broski, cause we about to take off. And really quick, broski, I don't mean to ask too much, but can you guys turn these videos up for me? I made these two before I even had a little motion. And this video got partially blocked, but I worked really hard on them and I don't want that to go to waste. So help your boy out, please and thank you. Also hit that notification bell so your phone can alarm you when heat is released. Now with that out of the way, let's get into this heat. So we got this Big Mom trying to cut down our glorious queen Nami, our lovable liar Usopp, and the homie Tama. And let me tell you something, this little girl right here, she's the main reason these two emperors and their subordinates are gonna receive a devastating ass whooping. So W her. Cause just like adding fuel to the fire, that Luffy was already on go from the jump. But now this little girl gave our Luffy a bowl of rice. And not just any bowl of rice. Her last and only bowl of rice for the rest of the year. And on top of that, it was for the free ski. So you telling me my boy got hooked up with a mean bowl of rice? A big one at that. I'm talking she overfilled that shit. Not only was it your only good eats for the year, not only were you forcing yourself to drink water that happens to be polluted, on top of all that, you telling me it's free eats? And for those that been in tune with your boy, you already know once you feed that Luffy, you're set with a protection plan for life. He'll slide on any op that fucks with you and solve any and all of your problems no matter how big the risk. Once you give this Luffy food, it's like him signing a contract. It is now equivalent exchange. You give me free eats, me and my crew will make sure you're set for life. You earn new Tomodachi. You know I do be speaking Japanese, ain't she? He'll make sure by the time he leave your island or country, all issues will be resolved. You are good. But on with the heat. This man Kid pulls up in the nick of time to stop her attack. Then proceeds to grab her head, slamming the brain juices out there, B. Oh no.
Sin City was a movie.
Kid must have had her confused on where she's at, cause why she's laying in missionary? No one's trying to smash. You already have 85 kids. It'll be like diving in a sewer. This man's Prometheus face says it all. Man's about to lose that soul she gave him. Kid tells Nami and gang to get lost, cause he's about to ISO some shit. And Big Mom's pissed cause he's not trying to get in them panties. And I ain't gonna hold you, gang. I don't even think Brooke wanna see them shits. But anyways, the big homie Law pulls up and was like, nah, you're not gonna ISO anybody. So stop playing. You know you're not built like that. But now that I'm here, we can get back to jumping her ass. Big Mom and Kid clashed. But hold on. Is it just me or does Big Mom cheeks and nose looks like a pair of ball sacks and dick? Big Mom starts to talk trash, but Kid's pissed. And tell that Law to watch out cause he ready to ISO. Kid goes in for another attack, but out of nowhere, bro had got cut. And I know from a non-One Piece watcher, it just looked like bro had forgotten to drink water and started having side cramps. But there's actually an explanation for what's happening. So really quick, I'ma fill you in. So there's another fight going on between Kid's right-hand man Killer and one of Kaido's subordinates named Hawkins. Now Hawkins has a devil fruit ability to create and manipulate straws. And with these straws, he can make voodoo dolls tie shit. Peep the bars though, ooh. Now I'm sure you see where I'm going with this. So Hawkins can store up to 10 straw dolls. And if you happen to be marked by him, whenever Hawkins suffer an injury, the damage gets redirected to one of the dolls inside his body. And Uno reverses it to the person the doll represents, damaging them and leaving Hawkins unharmed. Think of it like a limitless full counter, or Damon's ability, but better. No shade though, no shade. But yeah, one of the straw dolls unfortunately happens to be Kid's. And that's the reason why Kid will be suffering from what seems to be random blows. So Kid's like, what the hell? And Law's mad confused as well. But Big Mom's like, I do not care. He's cracked on pushing. But Law being a W mans and stopped the attack. Now as Kid gets up, he started gushing out a crazy amount of blood. So much so that I had to censor it cause TikTok be moving different when it comes to sensitive content. So Kid's like, Law, step aside cause I'm really about to clean her shit. So Kid and Law's ready to get active. But Big Mom's like, oh nah, you are not ready. And starts to flex her conqueror's hockey. But Kid and Law's like, bitch, we are not phased. And they both charge at Big Mom. And after their clash that took place off screen, cause like, why not? They started to hear a ton of rumbling from the bottom floor that Law had assumed was just monsters running wild. But to all their surprise, it was a huge pink dragon that is Momonosuke. And none other than our boy, Monkey D. Luffy, hanging on the back of him. They were all shocked cause why is Luffy riding on a dragon through Onigashima? And not gonna hold you, gang, this scene is where I realized Big Mom was actually dumb or just colorblind. Cause how the fuck you think that dragon is Kaido when it's a completely different color? As they continue to fight, Kid is still receiving injuries from the effects of Hawkins' ability. Law tells Kid to fall back, but apparently Kid has Vegeta's ego cause he wasn't trying to hear that shit and charges back at Big Mom. But Big Mom wanted all the smoke and called up Prometheus to grill they ass. But Law trying to max out his Protect My badge and teleports Kid to safety. But unfortunately Kid wasn't safe from that witchcraft. Now hold on cause damn that's really tough. Why can't this man Kid have a break? But not gonna hold you, these in the One Piece verse got draw for real. They don't go down easily at all. Their endurance is off the charts. Couldn't be Naruto. No shade though, no shade. But yeah, this Law was like, you see, you don't listen. You always thinking you like that. But sorry to break it to you my boy, but you are not the main character. You are a certified side character. You need my help, gang. Big Mom goes in for another attack, but Law out here with his protect my ass set to Hall of Fame and hit Big Mom with a shock willy. But little did he know Prometheus signed to Sneak Nation and runs into Law. Now I know my Law back hurting, cause he's been having to carry kids dead weight from the very beginning. And it's crazy that after all that saving, a nigga couldn't get the favor returned when he needed it. I mean, I get bros going through it, but damn. And come to think of it, it's really a 2v4. Kid and Law versus Big Mom, her sword Napoleon, Prometheus, and Hera. Cause they all have souls and a mind of their own. Kid and Law really out here duo squatting. Alright, now peep this, cause I don't know who animated these past few fights, but you can tell they were a fan of Beyblade, cause Big Mom got to showing off her acrobatics, leaping in the air and turning herself into a Beyblade, striking a mean blow on both Kid and Law. First Sanji, then Zoro, as well as King, and now Big Mom? Who's next? Kaido? Now Luffy I'll understand. But Big Mom big ass? Over here moving like those alien possessed super grannies from Ben 10. Like how her big ass defying gravity like that. There's no way she should be moving like that. Now Kid was still going through it, but lucky enough the witchcraft is finally going to be over. So that you're not clueless on how, I'll fill you in. So there's one flaw in Hawkins' ability. If the damage Hawkins' ability trying to reflect has nowhere to go, Hawkins will then receive damage. And it will not be redirected since it has nowhere to go. And fortunate enough, kids actually like Shanks for real, cause he doesn't have a left arm. And over on the other side of the battle, Killer picked up on that and slashed off Hawkins' left arm, so he can continue the fight being able to damage Hawkins, while freeing his captain in the process. And now that Kid became a free man, he was ready to scrap. Kid charges in, clashing with Big Mom, while Law trying to show why he's Sneak Nation certified. But Big Mom's like, you ain't slick, and calls in Hera to stop his attack. Kid and Law had to fall back and got the plotting, and Kid tells Law to back him up with whatever ace he has up his sleeve. So Kid started playing Minecraft and clapped Big Mom. But all that was for nothing cause she broke out with ease. Then Kid takes a look at Law like it was all part of the plan. And not gonna lie, bro really had me fooled. Cause when Law teleported, I thought he was about to do it to her ass. But apparently not, cause Kid got cooked. But hold on, I guess that really was a part of the plan. Cause Law was camping high ground waiting for the perfect time to strike. Law pushes and hits Big Mom from the back and started going deep and was talking in her ear like, the penetration is harmless. And proceeds to give her back shots. Then Kid pulls up, turning her entire body magnetic. And with help of Law combining their abilities, they buried her underneath steel and rubble. Now I don't know what made Kid and Law believe burying Big Mom underneath steel and rubble would put her down for the count after she done survived all those attacks sent her way. Sitting there thinking she's gonna go out like Obito is crazy. I hate to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy today, gang. Cause come to think of it, majority of the deaths that happens in Naruto are beyond shitty. I'm talking all the way from rocks to rods to sticks to a hand and to fucking bones. Obito would have been better getting off by a rock. Cause what the fuck? And what really got me the most? A fucking hand. The strongest in the series at that time, getting off by the hand of one of the weakest in the verse. And at that point, plot isn't even an excuse. It's just bad writing. Now it'll be one thing if you get like scratched, I guess. But they're getting straight off by those things. Keep it a stack and you can't deny it. All of these Pokemon right here, Solo's the verse. They have all their weaknesses.
That's tough, my guy.
But anyways, Big Mama rises from the steel and rubble like she's Trunks and was like life or red bean soup. Now that threw me off, cause in the middle of a fight to the death, you talking about some red bean soup? Like Kid and Law would just sit still while you eat on red bean soup. But unfortunately for the minions, they had already wasted all the red bean soup just because they felt like it. And as we know, you aren't you when you're hungry. So Big Mom got the spazzing and started swiping souls in seconds, reviving her weapons as well as giving life to the steel and rubble they had buried her in. Then she takes years of her own lifespan in order to get stronger and started growing like Mario. Wait a minute, she can swipe multiple souls with ease, create life for any non-living thing using souls, and her as well as her weapons having Rinnegan? Oda confirming Big Mom alone can wipe out the Naruto verse, cause it seems like she packed up all Rinnegan users and took their eyes. But all jokes aside, Big Mom acknowledges both Kid and Law and told them if they want to take her spot as emperor then come and try it. Big Mom goes on the attack, but Kid and Law signed to Weave Nation. Big Mom orders her steel minions to attack Kid and Law, but they wasn't having it. Big Mom then goes in for another hit, but Kid blocks it, and Law teleports away. Big Mom's like, playtime is over, and starts riding on Hera, striking shit like he nailed. Then minks Kid in the gut and was like, don't mess with your elders who have survived. Ulgora, and struck the life out of Kid and Law. And for those of you that may not know, Ulgora was the female personification of lightning. Look at that Law, he like me for real. I was laying in that same position while making this video. Kid and Law subordinates tries to go for the save, but Big Mom was like, oh nah, get your weak asses off the battlefield. Big Mom got disrespectful and was like, these really trash, let me pull up on Luffy and jump his ass with Kaido. But Law's like, oh nah bitch, where you going? And had her looking like a meat skewer, and proceeds to cook her ass. And if you couldn't tell by now, Law really big MVP of this fight. Bro's been carrying all fights. I'm talking defensive, offensive, and protect my badges set to max. But Kale was like, don't count me out, and got back to playing Minecraft, creating a gigantic bull, and ran Big Mom over like a D1 linebacker. Kid hits Big Mom so hard it replayed 3 different times. And both Kid and Law was like, listen up, no matter what, we will not let you attempt to stop Luffy from packing Kaido up. And ladies and gentlemen, this is where we come to the climax of the fight. The most peak moments of this fight. The part in the fight where both Kid and Law are going to soon be smoking on that Big Mom pack. And if you made it this far into the video, comment 2 goat emojis for both Kid and Law. And I really appreciate y'all for all the love y'all been showing me. So Kid is on the ground coated in blood. And as a viewer, I was confused. Cause did he not just run Big Mom over with a bull? But while I was editing, I realized they were giving us a quick peek of what's going to happen during the final stages of the fight. But yeah, it pans back to the current event. And after Big Mom got sent flying, this man Law got to being petty and was like, there you go, you're doing it again. After my powerful strike, you launched a showy attack and acted like a winner. I am not your opening act. Like bro, Law mad petty in the middle of battle. But that's just one of the things that makes One Piece so great. The interactions between characters are top notch. Oda be sure to make everyone have great character. Kid was like, gang shut up, it doesn't matter. Law's like, I bet you attack first and I'll finish her off then. But Kid's like, nah gang, the ace up my sleeve will do the trick. Then Law got the shit talking Kid's devil fruit powers and was like, what comes after the bull? A hippo? An elephant? And that man Kid was like, why would I tell you? Then Big Mom arises, but oh my gosh, her right arm was all types of broken and was like, man, Law's attack really did a number on me. And bruh, this man Law continued to be petty and was like, see, she likes my technique. Kid's pissed like, don't get carried away, dickhead. I'm telling you, interactions between characters mid-fight is what make fights 10 times better. The comedic relief is refreshing. But bruh, just when you thought Big Mom couldn't get more broken, she ends up giving life to her bones and healed her own arm. How crazy is that? No other anime in existence has characters with such unique powers. Like Oda really in his bag. And again, with the comedic relief, this man Law was actually serious and was like, I'll be out of energy in the next barrage. I'm gonna finish this with the next shot. And I won't fail, so I want you to. But Kid's like, oh nah. And cuts Law off mid-sentence. And was like, I told you not to tell me what to do, gang. And bro, just look at Law's face. He's looking like, bro, you can't be serious right now. Now Big Mom's not with the gimmicks and began using Patara fusion with her weapons and slices Kid's bull in half. Law's like, I'm out. This man Kid moving with no fear charges in and assigns an S to Big Mom's forehead, shows off his acrobatics with those unnecessary ass flips, and assigns an end to the wall of the tower, and got the stepping all over her shoulder, dusting off his boots. Now I had an F in algebra, my guy, so watching this fight I had no idea what those letters meant. But what I did know was that this kid was finna be on some clean shit. You feel me? He tries to ram Big Mom, but she was like, oh no, not again. Kid charges in, goes under the legs, and you know it couldn't have been a pretty sight for your boy. He turns and pieced up her right ankle in the back of her left knee. You know how enormous you have to be, pause, for a to have to piece up the back of your ankle in the back of your knee? Like, that's wild. But Kid got the spamming projectiles, and Law showing why he signed to Sneak Nation, and slices her across the face. And bruh, see what I mean? She's massive. Bro literally chilling on her nose, and with no hesitation stabs her in the head. And bruh, I had to pause for a second, cause this mix-up by Law is devious. Go to the bathroom and clean your eyeballs, cause you're not gonna wanna miss a millisecond of this mix-up. I'm telling you, gang, you better not blink. So Big Mom tries to crush this man. Nope, I'm over here. Missed me, give me that. Come on, swing, I dare you. You took too long. Inconceivable. Nope, I'm behind you, now I'm in front of you. I have high ground, now give me your cheek. And Big Mom's all types of lost. She has no idea what's occurring before her. Then Kid pulls up disrespectful with a hook, a backhand, and goes for a jab. Then grips her face, banging her head against the wall. This man Kid is so disrespectful, as he should. They gave her the gender equality mix-up. Law pulled up for another blow. Counter! Big Mom had enough. And had enough she did. So she made her weapons undergo a fusion dance to create a powerful entity. Fusion dance being stronger than Potara sounds about right. Gogeta's the better fusion. This spirit by the name Misery emerges, and Kid in complete shock. And bruh, let's be honest here. We all know why. Misery charges in and had that man Kid flinching. Like, oh nah. Why are you over here flinching on the battlefield? If anything, you should remain mesmerized. It's not every day you get to see spirit titties. But yeah, Misery started giving it to bro, hitting Kid with the Z combo. And just look at bro, you just can tell his brain getting tossed around. Then Misery cocks it all the way back and kept feeding bro more punches. Look at Big Mom spectating ass. She really thinks she's safe. Nah, this man Law had a tower floating above her head and drops it on her with the impact pushing Misery away. And props to this man Kid. He pulled the Zoro and remained standing despite being greatly wounded. Talk about build difference. But Law wasted no time and started pushing, stabbing Big Mom in the chest, throats, chin? Damn, to be honest, I really can't tell. But the blade of his sword starts extending to the ground, all the way outside of Onigashima itself. And Big Mom's like, oh nah, get off me, and starts to piece bro up. But Law built different cause he held on no matter what. And come to think of it, this scene reminds me of this. But the only difference is, instead of being useless, he's actually putting in work. This man's Law blade ran so deep even when already thousands of meters high in the air, he manages to extend his sword to the mantle of the earth. And that's by choice. He could have extended even further, but that seemed to be a good stopping point. Now I'ma pause right here, cause I wanna give y'all insight on how big the blade of his sword actually is. Here's an image of things on the island of Onigashima with its exact heights. The Sunny is 56 meters. Oars, the giant from Thriller Bark, is 67 meters. The umbrella alone is 900 meters. Now take a look at that sword. It's safe to say it's about 2 to 3 times the umbrella's size. Now let's figure out how high up they are. And for those curious on how tall the umbrella is, then peep this. This is the Burj Khalifa, which is actually 828 meters. So 82 meters shorter than the umbrella. I know, crazy, right? Now just imagine the sword. Now if the math is mathin', and just because I can, I'll even lowball the sword and say it's only 2 times the size of the umbrella, despite the fact that half of it is clearly inside the ground. On top of it being at a further distance, we'll get 900 times 2, which is 1,800 meters. So Law and Big Mom are located about right here. So if we take the height of the sword and multiply it by 7, they're well over 12,600 meters high. Now with the underworld of the sea being 7,000 meters below surface, while on top of Fishman Island that resides even further below, dwelling 10,000 meters below sea level. Now without even adding the height of the earth's crust, Law's sword extended 29,600 meters. And keep in mind, that's where he intended to stop. Cause like, why would he want to dip his blade in magma? I hope this is helpful to those of you that have to deal with people claiming dumb shit shit like, someone in the One Piece verse caps at multi-continental. Share this info with them. Wait till they find out the country of Alabasta alone is bigger than all 5 nations in Naruto combined. With Alabasta being 4,250 kilometers. And if you didn't know, a single kilometer is 1,000 times bigger than a meter. This umbrella, which is 900 meters, is smaller than 1 single kilometer, but bigger than this. While Alabasta consists of 4,250 kilometers. Now I do apologize for getting off topic, but for those of you that may not know, One Piece Earth consists of 20 million islands, according to one of One Piece's well-known geographers, Marco, and is over 100 times bigger than the average Earth. And guess what? An old sickened whitebeard who's clearly not in his prime is able to destroy said Earth. That is massively larger than the average Earth. And guess who's relative to him in strength? Our boy Monkey D. Luffy. So do what you will with this knowledge. But my fault, I didn't mean to get off topic. I got too carried away. Once I get in that mode, it's hard to stop. But back to greatness. Big Mom's begging for Law to stop, but obviously bro ain't trying to hear it and continues to shock Big Mom with Willie. And just look how big this sword is. That's crazy. Just look at the size of that hole. That man Law isn't playing around. Big Mom's panicking, clinging onto a rock, trying to prevent herself from falling. And not gonna lie, that's one strong ass rock. Cause how that rock preventing her big ass from falling? But Big Mom calls for Misery to attack Law. And this is where I realized the beginning of the episode was giving us a sneak peek of this current event just in Kid's perspective instead of Law's. Cause while Misery was going on the attack, Law calls out for Kid to hit Big Mom with the ace up his sleeve. Kid pulls up like don't tell me what to do while charging in with a massive blicky and fires at Big Mom, and I'm not gonna lie, the chemistry between Kid and Law is amazing. But anyways, Big Mom's like, this is not enough to hold me back, gang. And was like, I either take 50 years of your lifespan or you become my slave. Now watching this, I knew for a fact Big Mom was just chatting, cause neither of those options are going to happen to the goats Kid and Law, cause they are not scared of Big Mom at all. But as for the spectators, she got to taking their souls immediately. But Law was like, oh nah, not my subordinates. It's time to pack you up and I don't want to hear the sound of your screaming ringing unpleasantly in my ear. And sends Reroom her way, putting her on mute. My boy Law is getting mad disrespectful, as he should. Then Misery thought she was signed to Sneak Nation and attempts to attack Law from behind. But Law was on go. While on the other side of things, Kid hits Big Mom with another damned punk. And this is where we get the most iconic impact frame in all of anime. I'll even save you the trouble and slow it down for you. Smoking on that Big Mom pack. This entire fight, Kid and Law been disrespecting Big Mom like crazy, as they should. But back to Law. Law was like, you are not built like us. Get your weak ass out of here. Slicing Misery into two. And just look at this shot. How exquisite. And Big Mom gets sun falling down the massive hole Law had made. Look at her falling from Onigashima like Sanji and Zoro's victims. As expected, she was having a long fall down, reminiscing. Even had a good view of the land of Wano. And as she falls closer to the magma, she started reminiscing on how Kid and Law packed her up. But she was like, if you think this is enough to kill me, then you are mistaken. And falls right into the magma, causing a huge explosion. Now I know the One Piece verse endurance is hot like no other. We have seen Oden survive being boiled for an entire hour. We have seen Luffy in a filler episode withstanding and defeating Donachino, someone who burns hotter than lava, whose devil fruit power grants him the ability to have a body temperature of 10,000 degrees, which Luffy had then imagined his hands being capable to burn at 1,000,000 degrees to bypass it. Hold on, wait a minute. Imagination? Early Gear 5 foreshadowing? While on the topic of burning and imagination, how do you think Luffy is capable of producing flames from his fist to his arm when using Red Hawk and Red Rock? I have a few theories that seems valid, so I want you guys to let me know which theory of mine do you guys believe may be the reason for Luffy's flame. And if you have a theory of your own that you would like to share, drop it in the comments. Is it due to heat being generated by friction? Is it because of his strong bond with Ace that he now carries his flame? Is it an early foreshadow of Gear 5? With Luffy's memory of the bond both him him and Ace had, causing his imagination to manifest Ace's flame on his arm? Is it due to him being Sun God Nika that he is capable of manifesting flames? Or, see now this one is really clever. No one has thought of this. It took mad research in the lab and brain juice consumption to come up with this theory in particular. And that is, Sabo saved Luffy a piece of Ace's devil fruit. But if there's already an answer to my theory, then like I had enough in algebra, my guy, what you expect? But anyways, we have seen Zoro casually slicing through flame dragons that he states are literally like magma. So if she does survive, I wouldn't be too surprised. Lava Ross and Shuriken. Get that weak shit out of here. No shade though, no shade. But regardless, Kid and Law smoking on that Big Mom pack. And yeah, it was a job well done by Kid and Law, with Law being the MVP. Especially due to the fact that he had to carry Kid's weight when Kid was under voodoo. But afterwards, they both started cooking. But I want to know your guys' take on who's MVP of this fight. Is it Kid or is it Law? Let me know in the comments. Now, you know I usually give y'all the rundown on what fight I'll be covering next, but I'm not entirely sure. Because I do plan on working on the fight between Goku and Turles that was recommended by a member of the crew. But if Gear 5 drops while I'm working on it, I'ma set it aside and push out a Gear 5 Luffy video. Cause your boy gotta cover what's potentially gonna be the most hyped transformation in all of anime. It's already the most talked about transformation, and it hasn't even been animated yet. But yeah, I planned on breaking the Luffy versus Kaido fight into 2 separate parts, with the Luffy versus Kaido fight before Luffy awakens Gear 5 as part 1, and Gear 5 Luffy versus Kaido fight being part 2, because we all know the fight between them is the longest fought battle out of everyone in Onigashima, as expected. But to give you a quick rundown on what to expect for the next few uploads, if this video is still my most recent upload and Gear 5 happens to drop, expect a Gear 5 Luffy versus Kaido upload. But if this is still my most recent video and we still have a good amount of time before Gear 5 drops, expect Goku versus Turles. And I hope all of you, if not majority of you, are Dragon Ball fans like I am. And if you're not, then I hope you're still rocking with the video. D-Clan rise up. And with that being said, whether you're from TikTok or YouTube, don't forget to drop a like and follow and subscribe in it be. We moving. Also, I'm taking recommendations, bro, so hit the comments. And more heat on the way.